There is a town in Pennsylvania where noxious gases billow out into the atmosphere, where a coal fire has been burning underground since 1962. This ghost town is called Centralia and appears as something out of a horror movie. The town is barricaded to keep people away from the collapsing road and the toxic fumes. This now abandoned town once held thousands of people who all fell victim to man's stupidity when they constructed the town on top of a coal mine. Thanks to the raging fire still going on underground, Centralia has become a ghost town and is a blight on Pennsylvania, if not the country as a whole. Before Centralia was consumed by the fire, population was around 2,761. According to the 2010 US Census, there are now only 10 people residing there and is still declining. The following are 4 horrifying facts about the town of Centralia you may need to know about just in case your curiosity gets the better of you and you decide to pay a visit. Number 4. Underground fire. A coal fire can literally burn underground forever. Because this fire has been burning since 1962, it's shown no signs of stopping. Route 61, the abandoned highway leading to the town, appears to be where the majority of the fire is still going. One scary thing to note is that most of the warning signs about the fire appear to have just disappeared. One of the only signs to warn travellers of the fire is a sign that just says fire. The temperature below the ground reaches temperatures of up to 1000 degrees Fahrenheit. Even before you reach Centralia, there is a warning sign telling you to watch out for smoke, where every crack or hole in the ground is a spot where fumes can escape. If you are then brave enough to continue driving and actually reach the town, you should avoid breathing in the dangerous fumes, as you will get carbon monoxide poisoning, which is fatal. Even though the Centralia fire has been burning for the better part of 50 years, it's showing no signs of dying down anytime soon. The Smithsonian suggests that the underground fire actually grows instead of shrinks, and it's grown some 75 feet a year across 4 different directions. The underground fire is most evident along the St. Ignatius Cemetery. In 1966, for its centennial, a time capsule was buried filled with artefacts and was slated to be opened for the town's 50th anniversary in 2016. The authorities noticed it had been subjected to water damage, so it was dug up 2 years early in November 2014. Contents were ruined. The citizens of nearby Mount Carmel are worried that the fire will eventually spread to where they are, and their town will become a sinkhole. Number 3. Sinkholes. One nearly tragic story regarding a sinkhole occurred on St. Valentine's Day 1981, where 12-year-old Todd Dabrowski fell into one of the steaming holes. It all started when a group of Pennsylvania state politicians were meeting with Centralia borough officials, and Todd's mother sent him out to determine who these people were. Along the way, Todd noticed thin wisps of smoke coming from a grassy area near a tree, and he walked over to check it out. Without warning, the earth dropped out beneath him, where he suddenly found himself up to his knees in a muddy, smoky pit. As he struggled to pull himself out, the ground dropped further. Gases from the mine fire poured out. He began to scream for help. All the while, he kept sinking until his head was several feet below the surface. As he sunk, Todd managed to grasp onto an exposed root from a nearby tree. He continued to yell for help and held on for his life. In less than a minute, his cousin Eric Wolfgang appeared on the scene and was able to pull Todd to safety. He emerged covered with warm mud, but was otherwise okay. Number 2. How did the fire start? No one knows exactly how it started. However, some trace it back to careless trash incineration in a landfill next to an open pit mine, which ignited a coal vein. The fire crawled along coal-rich deposits far from the miner's pick, venting hot and poisonous gases up into the town through the basements of homes and businesses. After a period of time, residents came to realise that the fire was not going to be extinguished or ever burn itself out, and the threat of fires, asphyxiation and carbon monoxide poisoning became a daily concern. By the mid-1980s, 80% of Centralia had already been abandoned. The hillsides were punctured with craggy vent pipes spewing noxious gases. Large cracked holes and pits threatened the roads through the town. Even in the winter, the snow would never settle on the warm ground. By 2000, the fire had moved into the cemetery, with smoke wafting up from around the gravestones. In 2004, the Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection explicitly discouraged visitors to Centralia. Walking and or driving in the immediate area could result in serious injury or death. There are dangerous gases present and the ground is prone to sudden and unexpected collapse. Number 1. Toxic fumes. The toxic fumes under Centralia did more than just destroy homes, roads and the people and the town. It also poisoned all of the vegetation surrounding the town too. Every living thing was killed and the area became a wasteland that seems to be devoid of all life. Because the noxious fumes are constantly released into the air, it's possible that you may asphyxiate from the smoke inhalation, even if you're outside. The most common cause of suffocation in Centralia is randomly released smoke and gas that strikes without warning and clogs up your lungs before you have a chance to get away.